Hi, this is Jacqueline here with another Grow video, and I want to get on a topic that I kind of got on before, and that was when the ancestors had arrived. Um, when the ancestors arrived in Virginia in 1619, um, according to my research and my studying, they were not aware of Christianity, and this hit me like a ton of bricks. I just, really, I'm still reeling from that, from knowing that. Well, there were traditional African customs, and they had their ways and their prayers, and and how they got over it. What they were dealing with at the time, um, and also with that great creation of mind, that teaches us that we can get through anything with our mind. Now, I want to talk to you. I'm going to get back on that. Stuff just comes at me. The Spirit sends stuff to me. But I want to talk to you also, you know, when I talk about African ancestral spirits, that's real. Um, you think, where's my first mind or my conscience be my guide? And it's not that. It's actual guidance. It's true guidance. It's somebody. They're there. You know, and they could be somebody down the line. Could be your auntie or your great aunt or on some a bloodline down the line. And it's I used to think when I was a child, just once you die, you just die. But it's more to that. It's according to how you live your life, what happens to you after life. It's not a lake of fire that you go burn in, but it is a life of torment. It depends on, how you live your life now, whether you want to become a tormented soul. So what you need to do, that's why you steady falling off in Christianity. You can't get it right. That one day you go to church and you dress all up, and that's the one day you act right. And then come Monday, you done fell back off. See, that's where you got it wrong in the first place. How you go about living your life right in the first place. Live your life right in the first place. You know, and then when you say, well, minister, why were they able to come in and Africa and just colonize and take over? Well, the reason why is because God said to Abraham, my people are going to go away for 400 years and be oppressed, but I will judge them who afflicted them. He said that in his word. So now what you noticing it is the reckoning about to come up. See, when you see them red stripes on that flag, those red stripes represent the blood that we shed for this country. So there's a reckoning about to come about. So don't be worrying about what's going on in the White House. You need to worry about what's going on in your house. Get yourself in order. Fix this house up. Get this house right. So when the good Lord do come and get prepared for his army and get his army together, he gonna line his kings and queens up in order. So we want to be right, when God calls us home. And I'm gonna tell you something about that. When God calls us home, when that appointment day and time come, you know, you know, just like Dr. King knew. Dr. King knew that he was getting ready to go. He knew that the journey was coming to an end. So see, you don't know your appointed day and time. Our ancestor, Mr. Bozeman, he knew. You know, he knew, but he didn't know until at the end, because he still had some work to do. He had a journey to complete. He had to show these children and show us, because I had never seen an African American superhero in my life. He gave me inspiration. That's why I'm up here standing here speaking to you, because I could have been sitting back watching stuff go on just like everybody else. But that gave me the motivation and inspiration to stand up and say something, because I got a story to tell. I got a testimony. And through the ancestors, I want to share it with you, because what I'm telling you is real. It's not something I made up in my head. It ain't something phony, it ain't something fake. I done went over and over and over and in my head and prayed about it and meditated on it. And every time don't nothing keep coming to me, but confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. So, with that last confirmation, I say it's time to get the word out. And in the meantime of getting the word out, this is about us rising as a people and stop oppressing one another. We going back to our original African roots. You know, to forgive, to ask Jesus to forgive you for your sins, And yes, Lord, you died on the cross for my sins. Thank you for that. I appreciate, thank you for forgiving me. Thank you for your sacrifices, and I appreciate that. So he done forgave you. So now it's time to live your life in order. So now what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate our traditional African customs into our life as much as we can, as much as we know. And what I know is that they according to how we live there, according to how we live our life, is whether we receive the glory here on earth. Now, if you out there and you doing wrong by your brother, or you doing wrong by yourself, you ain't gonna get the glory. You gonna keep beating yourself up in the head. And what's wrong? Why am I not doing right? If you in church on Sunday and Monday you out there acting a fool, fighting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, shooting and drug slinging and taking dope and whatever you doing out there, but on Sunday you know how to get right. No, we don't live like that. We live in honor every day. It's not just something you do one day. See, that's how you keep falling off. That's how the church messed up. That's how the pastor ain't right. That's how everybody in the congregation ain't right. That's how people sit on the motherboard and look at you all crazy and sit in judgment. That's not how it go. We supposed to spread love regardless. My sister, if that's the life that you choose, you want to live the life of a rebel, my sister, I love you. You go on. I'm telling you the word. This is what you can do, how to better yourself. But if you choose to go on, my sister, I love you. I ain't gonna knock you for that. I'm telling you what I've been told and how to live. I'm gonna tell you I have done everything that there is to do. When I tell you I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about. When I was in my 20s, I made my mind up about drugs then, about cocaine, and stuff like that, heroin, that really mind altering stuff. I made up my mind then about that because I was staying with a girl and her baby, and I watched the girl freebase cocaine all the time, and then she be walking around looking crazy. So I'm asking my little young sisters and brothers out here right now, I want you to go with me just for a second. Just go with me for a second. Now, if you see your friend walking around looking crazy, he done lost his job, he done lost his car, he done lost his wife, he done lost his kids, but then you want to go try it. And then you done seen what it's doing to your community, but you want to go see if it's going to do something different for you. That's stupid. That's a stupid way of thinking, because the same, it ain't gonna be no outcome. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. That's the definition of insanity. So if you keep doing that, there's something wrong with you. Obviously you see that's gonna be the outcome. You see what then happened to the community because the influx of drugs. So what you got to do now, you have to say, hey, wait a minute. This ain't what I want. This ain't the life forgive me. This ain't the lifestyle I want for my family. This ain't what I want for my children. This ain't what I want for my community. And this ain't what I want for my future. So start getting it together. Start whatever you're doing in your life. First off, we need to start with our heart and forgive and let go of whatever whoever hurt you, whoever got over on you, whoever did this, did that. It's time to let that go. We ain't got time for that. We trying to grow. But what that does, it's more energy to hate than it is to love. It takes more energy. It takes more out of you. And once you let go and begin to just love, just let go of it. Lord, forgive me because I was mad. Forgive me for that. And then, people are going to try you, and those who keep trying you, you got to leave them alone. Because I'm going to tell you something. I have beautiful conversations with some of my relatives. But we be on the phone, be talking. I have to leave them alone because they'll say, hey, you remember when you did such as, I don't want to think about that. I want something positive. You're trying to take me back to what I used to be. That ain't where I'm at no more. My mind, I don't think of this world. I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. My mind is different. My mind is on something else. My mind is on something positive. If it ain't positive, girl, I don't want to hear about it. Tell me how you coming up, girl. Tell me what you done now. What you bought now. What you finna buy this house? What you girl, you done moved up again in the job, girl. You mean to tell me you supervisor? See, that's kind of news I like to hear. I like to hear good news. I like to hear how our African American sisters and brothers are coming up, and then not only coming up, but coming back to their community and putting into their community. Hey, look here, Mr. Jay-Z, I need you to come down to New York. I need you to come talk to these young brothers and sisters out here right now. Tell them this ain't the lifestyle. This ain't the way to go. I need you to come back down here and invest in the community and come put some jobs down here. Because, see, we can wait all day long on Donald Trump and the people up in the White House and up in the government. We can wait all day long on them. It's up to us right now to start growing our community. So I need you to come down here to New York and start investing in some buildings and some jobs and start putting some of these people to work. You know, come talk to these young brothers and sisters and tell them that drugs and cocaine and slinging heroin, that's not the lifestyle. See, that's the old way of going about doing things. We on something positive now, because if we keep on doing stupid stuff, we're going to keep on getting stupid results like what we got now. All this crime and fighting and carrying on in the community, all this stupid stuff. We need to get rid of Facebook, because Facebook ain't nothing but stupid. You know, you don't believe stuff that you read on there, no way. You know, I had to go research and find out most of the stuff is a lie. You know, so you just need to get rid of Facebook. That man, Mark Zuckerberg, don't have your best interest at heart. He just love the money. He get more money. He ain't trying to invest in your community. He ain't doing nothing for you. When Mark Zuckerberg comes to my community or any African American community and begin to invest in it, I'm gonna go get me a Facebook. I'm going to go pull my Facebook page back up and go around liking everything. If Mark Zuckerberg would come and invest in my community. So that's what we need to do, people. I'm going to tell you something. You know, I understand you built wealth. That's the point. You're supposed to build wealth. You're supposed to. You know, we've been towed down long enough. You're supposed to build wealth. But what you're supposed to also do is invest back in your community. You need to show the next brother how you got up. Don't hate on him. You know, we all supposed to be queens and kings here. So show him how you got up. Hey, you football players out there, I need y'all to come on back. You know, yeah, you're doing good, but come on back now. We got these young men who need some role models to look up to. Show them how to work hard and persevere and suffer through to get a college scholarship like you did. You know, that's all I'm asking. I don't think I'm asking a lot. You know, I don't have a lot of money to invest in the community like I want to, but I will. You know, and I'm going to invest in my community. It is my dream one day to ride down the street where I used to in my community and see it beautiful again. Because right now it looks so sad, and I just hate it, and it breaks my heart because I used to be so proud of it and I loved it. You know, my mother, we was talking about it yesterday. It used to be so beautiful. You know, where I live at. And it's going to be that again. I know, because God said in his word, his people going to rise with substance. So, you know, on today is the Sabbath day. Today is Saturday. But, you know, we doing away with traditions and customs and stuff like that. You know, that's great. You know, we can all believe that Christ died on the cross for our sins. You know, we are so grateful. We're so wonderful. And you know, and I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday, and I ain't getting rid of it. You know, I love Christmas. I'm gonna keep on with Christmas. My grandbaby, my children, my husband, he loves Christmas. He just like a big kid. So I can't get rid of Christmas. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at Christmas, we got to remember, we can't just go get broke. You know, we need to teach our children that Christmas ain't just about you getting a whole bunch of stuff. You know, take your children out somewhere. And on Christmas we're gonna do this. On Christmas we're gonna give, you know, in the name of God. You know, if you still believe that, you know, take your child out and say, well, we're gonna donate, we're gonna give to the community. You know, Christmas ain't really gonna be, the holidays aren't gonna be the same no way with the COVID going on. They ain't gonna be able to trick or treat. So you got to start some more different traditions for your children. So what you need to start doing is incorporating, instead of some scary stuff, show a child something that how they can rise up, you know, how they can be something. Make this, instead of making Halloween, because you ain't gonna be able to go trick or treating at nobody's house no more and eat their candy. So, you know, think with some common sense. So let's start doing something with our children. I'm gonna think of something, because I got a grandbaby, and so, you know, and it's, I want to make that day special, but not showing him something evil. See, I don't want to delve off in evil and witchery and witchcraft and all that stuff. You think with the African ancestor and the spirits, this is good. I ain't nothing evil about it. It's beautiful. It's got to do with God. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. So, we don't do away with that. The Halloween. We don't need Halloween, and not like that. If they want to dress up as the Black Panther, dress up as whoever, Barack Obama, LeBron James, anybody, show your child who to aspire to be. Not to be aspire to be no killer or no witch or no pumpkin or something silly. These times have changed and evolved. And we got to change and evolve with them. Come tell you right now, I am not taking my grandbaby to nobody's house, to no stranger, and asking for candy. So there's that word for today. And as the Spirit leads me, I will bring you more. I love you. Peace. Have a beautiful Saturday.